Casino stocks are getting crushed this week. Caesars given weak third quarter guidance. MGM and Wynn both down after they missed both on earnings yesterday. So what's going on in Vegas? Is there a bigger problem here? With us is billion-dollar buyer and Landry's chairman and CEO Tilman Fertitta. He owns the Golden Nugget, which has locations in Vegas. Hey, Tilman, thanks for calling in. What's going on here? All of these stocks are whiffing it this week because of weaker guidance and misses. Is something going wrong in Las Vegas?
No, not really. I mean, traffic is still up, but you got to remember you're charging for parking now, and the resort fees have gotten so big that I'm sure some people are saying it's a little more expensive to go to Vegas, and the reason that really the third quarter is going to be down is the Mayweather fight last year was like the old days in Vegas, and so many people came to town and just blew out the numbers for a few days. And you bring a bunch of big players into town all at the same time, the casinos are going to usually win, and they had a huge third quarter. And so I think that's the main reason that everybody's saying that the third quarter is going to be a little slow, and then everybody says the fourth quarter is going to be good. But you got to remember that's because we're all going up against the Mandalay Bay incident. So if we don't have good fourth quarters, then we will have some issues because a lot of people did not go to Vegas.
Tilman, Morgan Brennan here. You just mentioned that it's getting more expensive to go to Vegas. I mean, does that make the case for some of the other casinos in other parts of the country? I mean, I know you've got some casinos in Atlantic City and other areas. Is the case really there? Do consumers really need to get on a plane and go to Vegas when they can go to one so much closer?
Not necessarily. And remember, the regional casinos are not what they were 20 years ago. These are big, gorgeous properties. I mean, my property outside of Houston in Lake Charles, Louisiana, which is just 2 hours away, you could put it right in the middle of the Strip. It's as nice as anything. These are all billion-dollar properties today that are being built around the country. So, but there's still the energy of Vegas. People still want to go to Vegas. And you got to remember, in the 70 years that this has been going on in Vegas, there's only really been one recession that ever hurt Vegas, and that was the 08, 09, 010. And that was mainly because we brought on like 50,000 rooms right at that time. But Vegas is always going to be good, or you're going to have little bips, and but the regional is going to hurt it a little. But we're making as much money in Vegas than the casino has ever made in its 70-year history.
Well, that's a good sign, Tilman. When we had the CEO on of Caesars yesterday, I think he said, I'm not really quite sure exactly what the hell he said, but I think he said that in the third quarter he expected their events revenue to be a little bit soft. And I think that was one of the things that people grasped onto and in taking the stock down so hard. But then he backpedaled and sort of said, well, number one, it's a comparison to Mayweather. Number two, it's not a long-term trend. It is what we think is a short-term blip. Are you seeing the same thing? In other words, are large events not coming as much? Is it a blip? Are conventions not booking as largely as they did, or what? Or do you not see it at all?
Well, I see whatever the Strip sees, okay? Because when they dump their rooms and their rates, I have to drop mine. But you got to understand, you have these major conventions, and if you have one that comes every other year or it switches months, it has a huge impact. I don't think there's any problem in Vegas. Caesars reported a good second quarter. MGM missed, but they always miss. So, that's just the way it is. And these properties are back to making the dollars that they made pre-recession now.
Hey,
all
Tilman?
of them. But it's in a different place. It's in parking. It's in resort fee. It's not gaming as much.
It sounds like the airlines, actually. Hey, we're showing people MGM Resorts, which is flat today, but it kind of sold off yesterday. What do you think about their deal with the NBA, the gaming deal?
All it is a promotional, they can put their logo up. I mean, they're not going to get something special that nobody else gets. And if you really read between the lines, you can go on the NBA app and get all statistics, every rebound, assist, right as it happens. So you don't have to go to any particular property. I think we're basically all, but they stepped up. They are a sponsor, but I don't think they're going to get anything different than anybody else. They're a sponsor,
okay.
and they paid $25 million for it.
Tilman, quickly, I'm going to put the same question to you that Michelle Crusoe Cabrera put to the CEO of Caesars yesterday. Have you seen any impact in terms of trade rhetoric and tariffs on Chinese visitors coming to your property in Vegas?
Not at all. And Matt, our Asian business is as good as ever. I don't see that as an impact. I don't think any of us know yet what the tariffs are going to do to us, good or bad. So it's all a wait and see, and all we know is the economy's good, but it's been good for a long time. And remember, when things are really good, we forget they're ever going to be bad. Just like when they're really bad, we forget they're going to be good again. It's been good a long time.
So
right?
My son, Tilman, who's 12, usually at this time of year, all he cares about is the start of the NFL season. This year, all he cares about is the start of the NBA season. He is so excited, which speaks to the power of the NBA brand. Is your deal done with Carmelo?
No deal's done until it's signed, and you know, the NBA is flourishing. It's unbelievable. Adam Silver and the whole team and the New York office has done an unbelievable job, and it's just amazing. You just watch all your sports shows, and you talk about the NBA, you know, all year long now, and it's not just this seasonal thing, and things are just going extremely well in the NBA, and you know, we're all excited about the NFL season, but I can tell you I'm a lot more excited about the NBA season.
I bet you are.